We move on now to Nirup Kumar Reddy.
I am Nirup. Actually, I am a great lover of green architecture, greenery. We had actually used a lot of green materials. It may be a Swarovski crystal concrete panel, Michelangelo marble, which is from Italy. We have furniture from Fendi and all that. Apart from these luxuries, the house we have a cantilevered pool. We have around 4 to 5 green pockets in the house. Most of the windows in the house open to green. Every part of the house is so neat and nothing is overdone. As it is, as nothing is very minimal. It's perfectly setting for a modern contemporary house.
Invisible architecture, designed for the ears, as I see it. It's on the lighter side of architecture, but it has been a serious concern or caution for our design. Why we need design for our ears? Have any one of us given a thought of it? We architects and designers tend to focus exclusively on these. We use these to design with and we design for them, which is why we end up designing spaces without proper acoustics, and result, we don't experience a better sound and ambient. The sounds like this, we shout loud to be heard. I think we all care about our health. This is dangerous. How is the noise affecting? We are designing environments that make us crazy. And it's not just our quality of life which suffers, it's our health, our social behavior, and our productivity as well. How does this work? Well, two ways: ambience and interference. First of all, ambience. Physiologically, psychologically, and behavior. The sound around us affects us without our consciousness. And then interference. What is it? Communication requires sending and receiving. If the space I'm sending it is not effective, that communication can't happen. Do we architects have ears? Now, okay, that's a little unfair. Yes, we do have. We can start designing spaces with good acoustical treatments and sound absorbing materials, so forth. We can achieve best living spaces. This is one of the projects which has been acoustically designed. This is a hospital building. This is a Lady Cilento Children's Hospital building in Brisbane. They have used perforated and insulated panels in the exterior wall, glazing spaces in the atrium, soft furnishing. Most of them are all sound absorbers, so that's fine. Now let's broaden the perspective a little bit and look at cities. We have urban planners. Where are the urban sound planners? And then comes our offices. In our offices, we spend a lot of time at work. Where are the office sound planners? Finally, we have homes. We use interior designers. Where are the interior sound designers? Last, it's about designing not appearance but experience, so that we have spaces that sound as good as they look. The term invisible cannot be explained. It should be experienced. It's time to start designing for our ears. Thank you.
And the only lady that we have among our presenters tonight is Lata Kovalamudi.
I'm Lata and I'm heading the Hyderabad branch of Research Design Office. Probably the most recent one is a renovation of a small house, and I think I was able to explore a lot of ideas that were just sitting in my head. I turned a carport into a studio with a jali wall, and for me that jali wall is really special. Then there was another space in her studio where we extended it towards the back wall just to integrate a mango tree into her room. We had a glass roof there, and the sense of the sky and the mango tree becomes a part of her room. I think Nirup, the moment I started listening to his presentation, I was like, oh my God, are we doing the same stuff? And then I realized he detailed out just one faculty, which was sound. I am detailing out all the senses, and I think I'm going to a more happy and poetic space of how senses can work with architecture. A walk in the forest is an invigorating and healing experience. All our senses come together and fuse into one memorable experience. The songs of the birds, the sounds of the rain, the smell of the earth, the touch of uneven surfaces. And the same invigorating experience can happen in our old city. There is no escape from smells, sounds, and scents, but in a more chaotic way. This is a man-made environment. The backwaters of Kerala from a high-rise apartment in Kochi. The moment I entered this balcony, I was spellbound by its view. I kind of spent the whole day there. Contrasting to that is the Kulapura, the same backwaters in Thrissur. And suddenly I had an epiphanic moment. Here, this was an experience brought about by light and shade, enclosure, and the ability to touch the water. The difference between the view and the experience was there. In the beginning of my journey, my understanding of good architecture was about flooding the space with natural light, having huge openings, and bringing it in. But I realized how it deprives the effect of shadow, intimacy, and most importantly, bringing in the oppressive heat. And now I'm evolving towards trying to create spaces of light and shade. A barefoot walk in this park inspired the creation of a pebbled floor in a shower area, an attempt to engage all the senses in probably a most elemental space in a house. The absence of sound leads to silence, tranquility, contemplation. During overpowering emotional experiences, we tend to close off the distancing sense of vision, Juhani Palasma. It's an instinctive need to close our eyes and get in touch with our being. As I see it, and I would love to move to as I feel it, and I would invite you all to get in touch with the emptiness, the silence, and the experience of being in this room. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, we're nearing the end. Our last speaker is an artist to the core, Anujay Vutla.
My name is Anujay Vutla, and I'm presently working as a design director for Genesis Planners and Architects. It's one of the largest firms in Hyderabad. So I was more inclined towards the spiritual side of life, and always looking for an opportunity to express myself very artistically. And this particular project, which happened to fall into my lap as if I was destined to get involved with, is the biodiversity pylon, which got designed in 2012 in Hyderabad. So I had layers and layers of interpretations using my own, research and all that. And there was a spiritual side to it, and there's so much of symbology involved in it. And as such, in a very mundane architecture, you don't get such opportunities to experiment with. A lot of good reviews for it. I'm very proud of it.
I'm artist to the core in the sense that, I'm only an trained architect, and because it pays my bills. But when I'm not involved with architecture, I'm always looking for avenues and opportunities to inspire myself with different kind of things. And a lot of things inspire me. And that's the only reason why even I got into astrology. If there's a cylinder, somebody sees a square and somebody sees a circle. This was the image that I saw. I was 6 years old when I saw this dream, and there was a strong compulsion to paint. And in a painting, in a dream, there is no upside or down, because this painting can be viewed from any side. As architects, we work with constraints, trying to fit an idea into your box, a guitar into your plan, and see if it translates into your nightclub. This was an unbuilt project. Sometimes a mundane idea gets a commercial support and actually gets built. San Francisco. And there was a time, sometimes you're surprised, this is an innocuous doodle, you never know what it ends up as. That's a restaurant in San Jose. As a matter of being patient with constraints and not dousing the spirit that keeps us going ahead, this is my journey in HOK. Not all projects languish in a sketchbook. Some bring accolades and some brickbats. It is important to get over the fear of failure. And this is one of my favorite projects, Biodiversity Tower. In the quick slides, I show you how it has been conceived in terms of Panchabhutas. This depicting the sun ring, 108 seconds. That's what the sun takes to breathe once. and maybe the Japmala, and then the ring between the fire and the water, where the whole gamut of existence happens. All the design happened in a matter of 1.5 days. And it took 59 days for us to complete the whole project. And it was a great success, which was inaugurated by the ex-PM Manmohan Singh. Thank you very much.
We've come to the end of the evening, and I'd like to now call upon Mr. Parveen Gupta, who leads business developments at Kohler, to come up and give thanks.
Thank you so much for turning up in such a huge number. And the credit goes not to us, but to all the 5 speakers. So, huge round of applause, and thank you all.
It was amazing, and it very thought-provoking. And I'm sure the events like these, open up our faculties to think completely out of the box. I think that's what it did to me, at least today. It was wonderful, and with so many like-minded people and the best audience and the best speakers Hyderabad could have, I thought it was an amazing experience.